Chapter 23. Rimuru, Seal and Azrael were walking through the city. The citizens were in a state of caution but were eased upon seeing their lord and ladies, thinking everything should be fine now that they were here. Azrael, I told the citizens to stay inside for their safety and thankfully it seems there were no casualties. Rimuru, I'm glad to hear it. You've done well. Azrael, so did you set up that plan as I told you? Azrael, yes master, the plan is ready at your command. Rimuru, good. A small explosion was heard and smoke came from the location of the noise. Azrael, that boy just can't hold back. Seal, it seems if his orders aren't to kill he's usually at a disadvantage to succeed. Benimaru yelled and some orc soldiers cornered an unconscious Yume and Grucius as they were protecting Myulan. Grucius seemed to barely stand on his feet as he unsheathed his dagger. Benimaru glared at them. Benimaru, you're also protecting that woman too. Grucius, unfortunately, I'm out of patience. Step aside or I'll make you. Grucius, can't do that, you've already lost your cool once. I can't risk you getting any closer. Benimaru, oh, I've lost my cool. Flames surrounded Benimaru's body. Benimaru, if that were the case you'd be dead and there would be nothing left here but ashes, so don't you dare. Grucius, just leave her alone, I'm not gonna let you get near her, back off. Grucius rushed towards Benimaru. Benimaru, I said get out of my way. The flames surrounding Benimaru pushed Grucius back. Benimaru grabbed him by the neck and slammed him down. Grucius struggled to get up. Grucius, I won't, stop protecting. Benimaru got closer to Grucius when suddenly Grucius was kicked to the wall much to everyone's surprise. Benimaru, Lady Azrael, Azrael, worry about them later. Right now our lord and master have returned. Paying your respects is a greater priority. Benimaru looked behind him and kneeled to Rimuru, as did Geld and the rest of the orcs present. Rimuru, righteous as your anger may be, I urge you not to make a mess. Benimaru, I understand. Rimuru, she's responsible for the troublesome barrier over the empire, am I correct? Myulan looked down in shame. Geld, when we located the caster, Yume chose to stand in our way and we were forced to engage in combat. Yume got up. Yume, Master Rimuru, I'm sorry, I never had any intention of betraying you. I just couldn't stand by and let them hurt Myulan. Seal slapped Yume. Seal, and yet here we are. If you're so adamant about not betraying my master as you claim, then you should have let your actions speak for you. Seal grabbed Yume by the hair. Seal, we made you and we can just as easily unmake you. Azrael, I couldn't agree more. Azrael dragged Grucius by the collar. He was unconscious and threw him with Yume and Myulan. Azrael, such treason should not be tolerated. Azrael unsheathed the blade of Tempest and pointed it at them. Azrael, Master, please grant us the honor of making an example out of them by executing them here and now. Seal charged her magic in their direction. Seal, I'll gladly strike down those that dare misuse your kindness. Myulan, I was the one responsible for what happened here and only me. They need not suffer for it. Seal, don't forget your place. You have no right to request anything from us. Azrael, all will suffer if that is how Master commands it. Rimuru, that's enough. Seal lowered her hand and Azrael sheathed her sword as they got out of their master's way to allow him to get closer, but their frustration was clear and visible. Rimuru, Yume, I can't fault you for falling under the charms of a woman. It is natural, but you are aware of what she attempted to do here and the consequences of allying with her. While it's true there may have been no casualties, this could have been a disaster. Yume, I understand and I beg you please forgive her. Rimuru, well, for now put them all under house arrest. Once they were taken away, Rimuru and his manas took their leave. Rimuru, by the way, I heard Nora helped out a bit, is that true? Azrael, yes, I didn't expect her to be such a competent fighter, though I guess I should expect that much from a stray otherworlder. Seal, how were you able to figure that out? Azrael, scent is just a teaser to how something tastes and she had the similar smell of a stray otherworlder. Rimuru, interesting. Azrael, I know, that's what I was thinking as well. I wanted to make her my subordinate, but she seemed quite adamant about protecting Mjolnir. Makes sense. I believe she said he was like a father to her. Rimuru, well, it's not like we can't do well enough on our own. They made their way to the Hospital of Tempest. It was more than a simple infirmary, as they were able to utilize magic and modern medicine to treat different wounds, though it was still a young science and took a while to progress without the help of Rimuru and his manas. Rimuru came to check on Hakuro and Gobda. Shuna, Lord Rimuru, it gives me great pleasure that you have returned. Rimuru couldn't help but turn a bit red. Rimuru, this is your doing, isn't it? Azrael. Azrael, guilty as charged. Rimuru, how is everyone? Shuna, Hakuro and Gobda have the worst injuries. Everyone else has minor wounds. They were brought to where Hakuro and Gobta were resting. Rimuru. Seal. Understood. Seal immediately healed them of their injuries. Gobta. Whoa, am I actually alive? Seal. Sadly, so. Gobta. Lord Rimuru, Lady Seal, welcome back. Wow, and you even saved the old man. Hakuro slightly yet swiftly unsheathed his blade. Hakuro. Do you want the old man to hurt you? Gobta. I meant master, I'm so happy you're not dead, sir. Azrael. Honestly Gobta, you need to learn how to show proper respect. Everyone laughed. Shuna. Hold on, where did Lord Rimuru go? Rimuru seemed to have vanished from the room. Azrael. I think I know where, but don't worry about it. Seal looked to the side in a slightly annoyed manner. Rimuru was outside of the kitchen. At its doors he entered it to find Shion in an apron. Rimuru. What's all this, I wonder? Shion. Oh Lord Rimuru, you have returned. Perfect timing, I wanted to make you a meal to welcome you back with. Rimuru. I appreciate that Shion, I have time to spare for a meal. Shion laid the bowl of what could be classified as an abomination of ingredients to Rimuru. He as usual ate the meal seemingly unaffected by the taste and looks of it. Rimuru. Thanks for the meal, Shion. Shion. My lord, forgive me if this is overstepping, but I feel I must ask something of you. Rimuru. Go ahead. Shion. I'm not so dense as to know that I'm not much of a chef, so why do you always seem to enjoy it if it's to spare my feelings then? Rimuru. Shion. Why yes my lord. Rimuru. Even if the dish lacks flavor, the warmth of your intention makes it a feast for the heart. Shion turned red. Rimuru. I know that purely going by taste it may not be something to write home about, but knowing that someone's willing to try so hard regardless to improve just for me makes the meal all the better. Rimuru hugged Shion. Shion. Lord Rimuru. Rimuru. I have no real reason to complain about anything right now because I know everything is alright. Shion slowly returned the embrace. This lone moment of vulnerability was kept to themselves. The next day Rimuru first made it his priority to confront Mayulan, Yume, and Grusius alongside his Manas and Benimaru. Rimuru. Mayulan, though your attempt to cause a barrier that would weaken my citizens resulted in an extreme failure, the attempt is still a great crime against my empire. Surely you understand this. Mayulan. Yes. Rimuru. No matter how I look at it, the truth is clear. Rimuru put on a more serious expression. Rimuru. You chose to use a feeble, worthlessly humiliating and insulting attempt to damn my people all because you valued your pitiful waste of a life. Yume. Master, please. Rimuru raised the palm of his hand to Yume as a signal for him to remain silent. Rimuru. If only you could say you had any pride to speak of, be it a simple apology or a claim to do what you thought you had to for survival, but if you don't value your own life, why should I? With that, my verdict is easily decided. Rimuru snapped his fingers. Azrael unsheathed the blade of Tempest with a smile wicked on her face and malevolence in her heart. Rimuru. You're guilty. Yume. You can't, please master, it's not her fault. Grusius intervened by attempting to attack Benimaru only for the Kijin to block with ease. Yume. Grusius. What's the holdup? Yume, take Mayulan and get out of here already. Yume quickly understood the situation as he turned to Mayulan. Yume. Come on, let's hurry. Mayulan kissed Yume. Mayulan. I really did love you. Know that, in fact, you were the first man I've ever fallen in love with, so try not to be deceived by any more evil women. Goodbye. Mayulan walked to Azrael, accepting her fate. Yume. No. Seal tied Yume up with chains as Benimaru pinned Grusius to the ground. Seal. It's quite pathetic you assumed you had any chance of escape whatsoever. Azrael. Oh come on Seal, give them some credit for trying. Besides, I'm glad at least one of them accepts the outcome. In exchange I won't drag it out as I planned to. She won't feel a thing. Yume. Master, I beg you don't let her do this. I'll take her punishment instead. I'll do whatever you want. Rimuru paid Yume's words no mind as he continued to sit where he was as Azrael raised the blade with sadistic glee on her face. Yume. I'll spend my life atoning. Please, master, I beg you stop her. Myulan. Azrael chuckled as she made swift works of her blade. Mayulan, the slices were so quick and precise the average eye could not see it. Nothing was left of Mayulan, not a hair or piece of cloth to be remembered. Both Yume and Grusius had tears in their eyes. Rimuru. Unseen. Azrael looked disappointed as she licked her lips. Mayulan was back as if nothing happened. Mayulan. What, I'm still alive? But I was certain I had just died. Azrael. Oh you did, and it was quite sour. Seal. When Azrael used her power to bring her back, it was also able to wipe away the heart that Clayman had a hold of. Count yourself lucky that master was feeling quite generous. Rimuru. Congrats Mayulan, you're a free woman. Rimuru grinned. After a short explanation and proposal of marriage from Mayulan to Yum. Rimuru, by the way Yum, I've got something in mind for you. Yum, sure, I'll do whatever you want after today. Rimuru, I want you to help me filter the people of Falmouth once I take over. Yum, right, you got it. Wait, what do you mean by that? Rimuru, you'll find out soon enough. For now, sit back, relax, enjoy time with your woman. With such a short lifespan you should. Azrael, must be such a burden to be so fragile. Seal, humans do deserve our pity for such reasons. Yum, you guys are still on that. What even are you three anyways? Rimuru, good question, I wouldn't know the answer to that. Soon after, Rimuru held a meeting on what to do against Falmouth. Rimuru, alright then, any questions on our next move? There were none. Rimuru, good then, let's get to work. Later, everyone was battle ready. Azrael, peace is delightful, but the taste of war shouldn't be dismissed. The stillness before battle and the anticipation it brings cannot be ignored. So, Lady Azrael, we are ready. Azrael, right then, everyone, show no mercy. With that, the attack on Falmouth commenced. Everyone's attack seemed to be going as usual. Azrael, they made swifter work than usual, though only by a short time, since these invaders are so pathetic. Well, now let's get to the interesting part. Azrael turned her eyes to the west, where the other worlders were Geld, Gobda, Rigyur, and Hakuro approached the road ready for their battle. Their presence was announced. Knight, Shogo, Kyoya, Karara, these monsters are too strong, we need your help. Shogo, right, help. Kyoya, of course. Karara, you mind doing us a favor first though? The knights looked at them in question. Karara took a deep breath. Karara, curl up and die. The knights within earshot were killed by Karara's voice. The remaining ones were shocked as Shogo and Kyoya began attacking them too. Knight, how and why are you doing this? Shogo, I'm afraid we're under new management thanks to our generous mistress. Karara, hail Lady Azrael for cutting our strings. Kyoya, though our rehabilitation was less than pleasant, it was worth it to be free. Kyoya decapitated the knight. Azrael, sure, I would have loved to watch them suffer again, but why bother when I can make better use of them? Besides, this one really piqued my interest. She was looking upon Ether as he was with the main force. Fulgen and Raisin favored him. Unlike last time, they had no clue that they were free. All Raisin could notice was that things weren't going well in the battle and that they had died. Azrael, well, guess it's my turn to get started. Soldier 1, I heard some of those monsters are real lookers. Soldier 2, heck yeah, first come first serve. Soldier 3, dibs on that one maid he's always with, she seems like someone who'd be fun to break. Soldier 4, forget that, I hear Shizu Izawa herself is there. If she's been declared a traitor to humanity, then most of her rights should be gone. Soldier 6, oh, how about that one crazy girl that looks like a student? Defiling her should be. He noticed his comrades suddenly looked frozen with fear. He wondered why as he turned around to sow the horror. Azrael, such a disgusting lot, not even worth eating. The men fell on their backs as they felt the overwhelming intensity of Azrael. Azrael, well, rotten ingredients can always be discarded, I suppose. Their screams could be heard throughout the camp. When others checked the scene, they saw the men were torn apart. Azrael licked some of the blood on her hands. Azrael, as I thought, completely unappetizing. Azrael unsheathed her sword and cut down all soldiers that came near. Some of the soldiers rushed to attack her while others stood still. Later, the ones standing still attacked the other soldiers. They shed their human forms and revealed they were demons in disguise. They started to join their lady in the slaughter. Edmaris, what's going on out there? Raisin, there's an incident, men are dropping like flies. Fulgen, Ether, get the king to safety. Fulgen, sorry, can't do that after all. The man disguised as Fulgen was then soon revealed to be none other than Diablo. Raisin, what impossible, where's Fulgen? Diablo, I'm afraid he suffered the same fate as some of those men outside, dead by Lady Azrael's hands, along with every soldier that dared to think they could trespass on our Lord's lands and damage his people. Quite insolent, I'd say the punishment fits the crime. Raisin, I will protect the king with my life, I fear no mere demon. Raisin said this as he raised his hand charged with magic to attack. Diablo, that's reasonable, but I think you'll want to fear this one. Diablo snapped his arm. Diablo, since the word mere does not apply. Raisin could immediately sense he was outmatched. Diablo, simply sit tight and I swear no harm will come to you or your king. I can't guarantee your safety otherwise. Soon they heard the sounds of men outside begging for their lives, then the sounds of bones and flesh crunching. Azrael then walked into the tent with blood all over her. She then licked her lips and summoned a table and chair for her to sit in. Lean on. Azrael, hello Edmaris, Archbishop, Ether, Diablo, Raisin. She said their names with a warm smile, but this immediately changed to a wicked one. Azrael. Lovely weather we're having, isn't it? To be continued.